Hello students, in our last video we saw the difference between motor and generator and AC and DC motors. So now we will move further in this chapter and we will learn about the domestic electrical circuit or domestic wiring. Okay, so which kind of or how do we connect things in our home? Okay, actually in our last chapter we already seen that all the electrical appliances in our house are connected in parallel. So now we will not talk about parallel or series connection. We will talk about the kind of wiring which we do in our home. Okay, so here you can see that in this picture a live wire comes to our home. Actually, from power plant itself, from where electricity is being generated, from there the uh, electricity comes to our home through the wire. Okay, and two wires are there. Okay, first one is live wire and the neutral wire. Okay, so as we know that to flow for the flow of current, two different potentials are required, right? So that's why we have two different wires over here. Live wire has the potential 220 volt and the neutral wire do not have any potential. Okay, so when we connect these two wires, the current starts flowing. So from the pole which is outside your home, two power two wires come to your house and then they directly go to the fuse. Okay, and from there the live wire comes out and goes to meter. Okay, and afterwards you can see that neutral wire also directly comes to the meter and then the main switch. Okay, after these three connections, okay, the wire finally comes to your fuse which is present in your house. Okay, so there in that fuse it works as a safety device in our home, that fuse F2 you can see here, and from there the connection comes out and we connect different electrical appliances in parallel or in series, that completely depends on us. Okay, here you can see the third line which is a dotted one. Here you can see this line, so it is nothing but the earth wire. Okay, we mainly two wires comes to our home. First one is live and then neutral wire. Then at our home we use the third wire which is the earth connection. Why do we use this connection? This connection is used to protect our electrical appliances. Okay, how does it work? How it helps us to protect our electrical appliances, that we will see further. Okay, here you can see all those three wires. Okay, the earth wire, the live wire and the neutral wire. So about the earth wire we will study later. Okay, here we will talk only about the neutral wire and live wire which came from pole to our home. Okay, so we saw the connections here. Okay, these two colors are standard colors which are being used. Okay, the red wire for live wire and black one for the neutral wire. Okay. Then we come to the third point, earthing. So what is earthing? Why do we need that third wire? Which one? Green one. This green wire. Okay. Why do we need this green wire or earthing? What is the requirement of that? So we use this wire just to avoid the risk of shock. Okay, like in our home we used a different kind of metallic appliances, like fridge has the metallic body, iron has the metallic body. Okay, and many other appliances are there which has metallic body in them. So it is very obvious that due to some what we can say fault in wiring, or maybe by the human error, it is possible that the live wire may directly come in contact with the with that metallic body, and in that case, if someone will go and touch then that electrical appliance, then he may get shock. Okay, so to protect him from the shock, we use the earthing. Okay, so what is earthing? The process of connecting metallic bodies of all the electrical apparatus or equipments to huge mass of earth by the wire negligible resistance called earthing. Here two points are there. First one is metallic body. Okay, while doing earthing, we connect most of the metallic bodies. In non-metallic bodies we don't require earthing. Okay, but for the metallic bodies it is highly required, because it is possible that the live wire may come in contact with the metallic body, and in that case if you will touch that apparatus or equipment or that appliance, then we can get shock, electrical shock. So to protect ourselves, we connect that metallic body to huge mass of earth. Huge mass of earth means we directly connect that metallic body to the earth. Okay, having wire negligible resistance. The wire should have very negligible resistance. If the resistance will be low, then flow of current will be high and current will easily flow through that wire. Okay, so the current will not persist on that metallic body, and it will protect us. Okay, here in this picture you can say that this wire is connected to a rod which is on the kept on the or which is fitted on the ground. Okay, so this is how earthing is being done. Okay, um, earthing, in case of earthing, um, we generally do this kind of wiring. We bring a wire from the fuse and then we connect it to the earth, and that is how the metallic body, for example here you can see that in this iron it has a metallic body. Here the earth wire is connected directly to the metallic body. Okay, and then that wire comes to the fuse from where live wire and neutral wires are there. So if somehow the live wire touches the iron body, then it will directly, that current will go through this earth wire and then go to earth, and that is how it will it protects us, okay, from getting shock, electrical shock. Okay. And to protect our household equipments, here in this picture also I've put to show you that how it helps. Okay, that if someone is touching a live wire, okay, by mistake, then what will happen? The current of high voltage will start flowing to that person's body. Okay, and this person's body works as the earth. Actually, the neutral has zero potential, but the human body is also having some of the potential which is negligible. Okay, so it also provides a direction to the current to flow. Okay, so that's why if someone touches the any electrical appliance which has or if someone touches the live wire, then in that case the current starts flowing in his body. Here you can see that current was flowing through this, but current also started flowing through his body. Okay, and then it goes to earth, and then it goes to the another metallic wire as metallic body as well. Okay, so the number of metallic bodies which will be connected to the live wire, okay, if we will connect another body, okay, like this ball, let us consider this one is also a metallic body, then also current will flow to that body as well. Okay, it will go to this body also. So this is how we can see that the current will start flowing in all the directions so that we get shock. So to protect us from that shock, what can we do? We can directly disconnect the earth. Actually, if we will stand on a wooden plank, or we will wear a rubber shoe or plastic shoe, in that case the current will not get a proper place to flow, right? Like in this picture, this person is wearing shoe, right? And as he is wearing shoe, so if this shoe will be of rubber, then what will happen? The current will go to his shoe, and it will not get place to go to earth. And if the current will not get earth, the negative part, then the flow of current will stop there only. And if the flow of current will stop, then the person will not get the shock. That's why we are always instructed that to wear a rubber or a plastic shoe while working with the live wire. Okay, first of all we should not directly touch that wire, okay, because that has very high potential, and if we will touch that wire we may get the shock. But still, if somehow someone is touching that live wire, okay, then he should wear some rubber or plastic hand gloves, or he should wear shoes of plastic to protect himself from the electric shock. Okay, now here you can see in the picture, here two wires, okay, are in contact. So the live wire and the earth wire, they flow parallelly. Okay, but if um, they if they comes in contact directly, okay, then what will happen? The current will start flowing. Okay, and the like um, if the live wire will touch the neutral wire, in that case, as the neutral wire has zero potential, so the current will flow at maximum onto it, and then short circuit will happen. Okay, so what is short circuit? So short circuit is a condition in which neutral wire directly comes in contact with live wire. Okay, so if current passes through a wire, okay, and it exceeds the maximum value, then the copper wire may get overheated. Okay, and if the copper wire will get heated, then two things may happen. First one, short circuit or overloading. Okay, so an extremely large current can flow the domestic wire under the circumstances, and those circumstances are called as short circuiting or overloading. So in short circuit, touching of live wire and neutral wire directly is called as short circuit. Here in this picture also you can see that the neutral wire is touching to the live wire directly. Okay, and that's why spark occurs, and that spark is called as short circuit. Okay, so as the wire is capable of carrying small amount of current, and in case of short circuit a large amount of current starts flowing through the wire, and so that the wire gets heated and it can cause fire, which is very dangerous. Okay, so the short circuit, and another problem is overloading. Okay, let us consider so many electrical appliances, okay, are connected all together. Okay, the wire's capacity is very low, and you are connecting many electrical appliances directly to that wire. Then suddenly that wire will start drawing current from the main connection, and that wire is not capable of carrying that amount of current which is required here, like the computer, fan, bulb, TV, cooler, all are connected all together in a wire. In that case, what will happen? That wire will draw huge amount of current, but that wire is not capable of carrying that current. In that case also the wire will get heated, because the huge amount of current will start flowing through the wire, so that it will get heated, and as it will get heated it may burn, and that can cause damage to all the electrical appliances. It can cause fire at home. Okay, so these two main problems are there at our home domestic wiring. First one is short circuiting, and second one is overloading. In these two conditions, huge amount of current will flow through the wire, and that will burn the wire, that will burn the electrical appliances connected in that wire. So to protect our electrical appliances, we use a device called electric fuse. How this electric fuse works? First of all, see, this fuse you must have seen at your home, right? Here you can see a fuse wire, fuse carrier, base, contacts. These two plates are called contacts. So how it works. Here in this picture you can see that a live wire directly comes to the fuse. In fuse, a thin fuse wire is there, this one. Okay. Then through this wire current goes to the household equipments. When a huge amount of current will start flowing through it, because let us consider the case of overloading. So in case of overloading, what will happen? This wire will draw a huge amount of current, right? And when this wire will draw a huge amount of current, then it will get heated, but that huge amount, but the current which it will try to get, okay, will flow through this fuse wire, and this fuse wire is not capable of carrying that current. This fuse wire will carry only 220 volt currents. So then what will happen? This fuse wire will get heated and it will melt, and if it will melt, then you can see that circuit will break over here, and as the circuit will break at this point, then current will stop flowing through this wire. Okay, and if the current will not flow, then all the electrical appliances will remain safe, or fire will not occur at home. Okay. Again, in case of short circuit as well, if short circuit happens, in that case also this wire will draw a huge amount of current. Okay, and that current will flow through this thin wire, and this thin wire is not capable of carrying that current. Even this wire is also not capable of carrying that current. But if this wire will get fire, then it will damage all the electrical appliances and the fire may occur at your home. But if this wire will get heated, then it will melt easily, and as it will melt, it will break the circuit and the electrical appliances will remain safe. This one you must have seen this at your home. This is called as MCB, miniature circuit breaker. Whenever overheating or short circuit happens, this button falls down on its own. Okay, and when this button falls down, it will stop the flow of current through the wire, and as it will stop the flow of current, then the wiring will remain safe. So that's we use this almost outside in every room, or every 2-3 rooms, in between 2-3 rooms we use this MCB. Okay, this one is a small fuse which is mostly used in electrical appliances, inside the electrical appliances, to protect that. Earlier in the stabilizer also this device was being used, and here also we have a wire. Okay, so whenever that electrical appliance draws, let us consider the at the time of thundering. Okay, if the TV is running, then in that case that huge amount of current flows through the wire, and that TV draws that current, and if that TV will draw that current, that TV needs a small amount of current to run, but it is drawing a huge amount of current. A huge amount of current has started flowing through that wire. So in that case, this wire will break down and it will stop the current which is going to the TV. So this is how this fuse will save the electrical appliances in which this fuse is connected or placed. As nowadays most of the electrical appliances run on the DC current, whether it is your TV or your mobile. So that is the reason we don't use a stabilizer with TV, because the TV is running on DC current, not on AC current. And in DC current, where DC current is flowing, we don't need these kind of devices, because the DC current is itself a very weak current. So that current will not damage any of your electrical appliance. Okay, that the current does not have that amount of strength. So that's why we don't use this device nowadays in most of the electrical appliances. But earlier, when the TV was running on AC current, in those days, this fuse was in use. Okay. Now we will see about the electrical hazard. Electrical hazard means the problem which can occur due to electricity. Okay. So mainly three kind of hazard may occur. First one is if a person touches the electrical wire, then he gets severe electric shock. In that case, the electric shock can even kill that person. That is one of the hazard. Then another one is the short circuit due to damaged wire or overheating of the circuit can cause fire in the building. Okay, short circuit can be the reason of fire in the building. And the third one is the defect of household wiring, like loose connection and defective switches or socket plug can cause and lead to fire. So these three things can happen. If loose connection is there, in that case also a spark will happen, and that can cause the fire. So what are the precautions we should take? So now we will see about the precautions. मतलब सावधानियां क्या क्या बरतनी चाहिए हम लोगों को इन दुर्घटनाओं से बचने के लिए। तो सबसे पहले तो अगर कोई इंसान लाइव वायर को टच कर देता है घर में, तो सबसे पहले हम लोगों को मेन स्विच ऑफ कर देना चाहिए सप्लाई का। अगर मेन स्विच आप ऑफ कर देते हो तो करंट का फ्लो बंद हो जाएगा और वो इंसान बच जाएगा। ठीक है। देन इफ द पर्सन टचेज द लाइव वायर, अगर कोई इंसान लाइव वायर को टच कर देता है तो उसे हम लोगों को किसी इंसुलेटेड चीज़ से का सपोर्ट देना चाहिए, जैसे कि कोई लकड़ी या तो फिर रबर या फिर प्लास्टिक। ठीक है। हम लोगों को डायरेक्टली उस आदमी को नहीं पकड़ना चाहिए, उसे किसी चीज़ के थ्रू उस वायर के कनेक्शन से हटाना चाहिए। ठीक है, ताकि करंट का फ्लो वहाँ पर रुक सके। जितने भी घर में स्विचेज यूज की जा रहे हैं उन सारे स्विचेज को हम लोगों को जितने भी अप्लायंसेज आप यूज कर रहे हो वो सारे अप्लायंसेज स्विचेज के साथ होने चाहिए। ठीक है। और ताकि अगर स्विच ऑफ कर दिया जाए तो फिर इंसान बच जाए। हम लोगों को कभी भी भीगे हुए हाथों से टच नहीं करना चाहिए इलेक्ट्रिकल अप्लायंसेस को। ठीक है, क्योंकि भीगे हुए हाथों से टच करने पर क्या होगा, शॉक लगने के चांसेस बढ़ जाएंगे। ठीक है। देन द फ्यूज शुड ऑलवेज बी कनेक्टेड इन द लाइव वायर ऑफ द सर्किट। फ्यूज हमेशा लाइव वायर के साथ कनेक्टेड होना चाहिए और फ्यूज भी प्रॉपर रेटिंग का ही होना चाहिए। ठीक है, जो भी आप घर में वायरिंग यूज कर रहे हो वो वायरिंग अच्छी क्वालिटी का होना चाहिए, वो अच्छी क्वालिटी के वायर का होना चाहिए। बिकॉज वायर की क्वालिटी ख़राब होगी तो भी वो जल जाएगा और आग घर में लग सकती है। ठीक है, और लास्ट क्या है, वी शुड अवॉइड वर्किंग ऑन दी लाइव वायर फॉर द सर्किट टू रिपेयर। घर में लोगों की नॉर्मल आदत होती है, अगर सर्किट में कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया तो लोग उसको ठीक करने लगते हैं, बट वी शुड अवॉइड दैट। लाइव वायर पर कभी भी जल्दी काम नहीं करना चाहिए। ठीक है, क्योंकि लाइव वायर को टच करने पर शॉर्ट सर्किट आपको करंट लग सकता है और करंट काफ़ी ही हद तक नुकसानदेह है। तो अब कुछ क्वेश्चन है मेरे पास कि आप लोग क्या पढ़े हो, क्या समझे हो। नाउ वी विल सी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाई डू वी मेक फ्यूज विथ मेटल हैविंग लो मेल्टिंग पॉइंट। ओके, and the second question is, can we use same kind of fuse for electric geyser and a television set? Explain. So write your answer and send it to me, that why do we make fuse with metal having low melting point, and second one is, can we make the fuse of can we use same kind of fuse for an electric geyser and television set, that you need to explain. Okay, इन दोनों क्वेश्चंस का आप आंसर लिखिए एंड सेंड इट टू मी, देन डू द chapters question answer. Your chapter is over at this point, so do all the question answers, and if you find any problem at any place, then you can send me that question. I'll solve that for you and I'll tell you how to solve that. Okay, so good luck, see you in the next chapter.